Good morning, everyone. It's brutal 30. I think it's actually like 8:30, but I gotta get started on the day. So I gotta move stuff. I've got to move this tank. Gotta generally just be around. And one thought is I might get a ton of stuff and a ton of filming done today because I gotta be around, but I can't start any huge projects. So that might lead to a ton of work getting done for me. All depends. For all I know, I could be up in the attic running gas line today, or I could be sitting here working on my own stuff. So I'm going to work and get the stuff I have to get done out of the way, and then we'll see what trouble we get into. And hopefully, at least I can film through this window watching a machine work or something like that. So we'll see. But I'm going to start prepping, and we'll see what we get done. So prep work is happening. Here's the unit that's going to get put in. Obviously it's going to take a few days with permitting and getting everything signed off, stuff like that, but here's the unit that's going in. My uncle the plumber's here. He's now prepping the ends of the gas line, basically where we're going to come up by the building, and then he's got to prep over by my house where the gas line is, and then we're going to have the company basically feed that big 1.25 inch gas line underneath the pond, underneath everything over there, and then come back up. So we're prepping for that. That doesn't happen until noon, and hopefully I can get some footage of that because it sounds like a crazy machine, but maybe it'll be super boring. I have no idea. But I gotta get back to work. We're still in here. I'm on draining mode, still draining, and we're gonna see. I gotta do some measuring to see if I can still have this aquarium in here or not, because the way we're gonna do it, I think, is we're gonna put the tankless maybe like right here, and then the heater down over here. We can have both vents directly out, and it keeps it kind of nice and tidy. Otherwise we got to install on the outside, and I'm trying to keep it quick and easy for my uncle here. And yeah, so now I got to do measuring. I got to move that goldfish. There's one goldfish that I got to move. He's going to be sad that he doesn't get this 240-gallon tank all to himself anymore. But yeah, back to work for me. All right, I lied. Not back to work yet. I want to show all the blue phantom plecos is hiding right there. So I've got to make sure those guys get some food, but seem to be doing all right so far. Now I'm getting to work. Well, the equipment's here. We're getting set up, and we'll see what it's like. I've never seen this happen, so I'll get a little bit of footage, but not everyone wants to be on camera, so I won't be up in their face, but we'll see how it goes. Looks like it just slides right in, and then they're going to bore in after that. It's kind of awesome. Yep. Oh, there it goes. Now it's spinning. And all that water is helping it drill, so it's got a water jet at the end of it. Well, first attempt, too hard. We're trying to go down 36 inches. Now we're going to try to go 30. He was down at 6 feet, still hard pan. The machine was struggling very hard, which it's soft in the first 30 inches or so, and then after that it's crazy bad. So we'll see how it goes. I kind of walked away just because, 3 grown men getting pissed at a machine is a sight to behold, but there's stuff not suitable for YouTube being said over there, so we'll chime back in when we actually are making it to the other side. We basically got all that yellow pipe there. We got all this stuff out of the way, but where that green tape is on top of that, we shoot to there, then we grab that pipe and we pull it back through, all the way back to where the machine is. It's about a 100-foot run, and so yeah, we're gonna see what goes on from here. Alright, So the line is in. What does that mean? It means it hasn't been pressure tested or anything like that yet. It's just physically under all that stuff. And I'm walking over here to show you guys. But my uncle the plumber's got to come back like tomorrow, the next day. He's got to work on putting in risers and all that kind of stuff. So this is the line right here. And it's 1.25 inches, so I should have plenty of natural gas. And it had to be big like that because of the 100-foot run. And so, you know, we've got it over there, and then all the way at the other end, way over there. That's where my gas meter is. So, yeah. So he's gonna be working on that while I'm at the shop tomorrow. But leads me to my next thing: the 240-gallon tank's drained with water, and I've just decided I'm gonna get rid of it. I'm gonna sell it to Steenfod Aquatics. He's wanted it, and so I'm just gonna get the sand out of there, and we can do that on Saturday. And here's my thinking, which I think it's pretty sound thinking. An 8-foot aquarium, the reason it ended up here is because I had nowhere else I could put it. I can't fit 8 foot really in the office. I don't really have room for it in this room. I could, you know, like even right there. So let's say I cleaned up all that stuff. It's not 8 feet. It's like 6 feet. Yeah, maybe I could, like if I took out the water tank, now that I have a tankless, I could put it along that back wall, but it'd be blocked by a bunch of stuff. So that doesn't make sense. There's no room on any of these walls, so that doesn't work. I could put it over in the third bay way over there that is currently not set up for fish. That doesn't make a lot of sense. And so then I come back to, okay, it's got to go on this wall, and there's the possibility I could shoehorn it in there, you know, where basically what has to happen is this tank's going to move all the way to like right here. And then it's going to be one of those things I hate where like literally I'd open the door and it would just be like brick wall of tank like right here till I got past this. And I'm just thinking, you know what? I don't really want that. And on top of that, it's going to block my window. So my window gets blocked. Like that sucks. And, you know, all this stuff would get blocked, and I'm going, okay, I'm just trying to fit something that doesn't belong here. That's what I'm trying to do. So then what else can go there? I've got 2 ideas. Idea number 1, packing station, because packing on that little thing was terrible, and that was only 11 orders. So imagine when me and like another employee are packing 20, 30 orders on a Tuesday, we're going to love to have an actual table as opposed to 36 inches. The other thought is, if we look through here, all the way, you can see my garage. I have to keep moving more and more stuff over there. That stand that you see, that's a 4-foot stand made to hold more tanks. It matches these stands. And I can put something like a 120-gallon on that. I can put 20s front to back. There's all these different things I could put on that. And that could go over here as well. So, you know, I've got options, because part of me, you know, so the logistics I'm playing with is that tank's got to go somewhere. All right, guys, I'm going to teach you how I test for fertilizer. So when I'm using my liquid fertilizer, which I pretty much always use it, right here, Easy Green, I test it by testing nitrogen or nitrates. So let me get one of these test strips out of this thing here. So yes, I use test strips, trust my life on them, use them every day, use a ton of them every day. So here we've got one. I'm going to dip it into this tank, all right? Now, I've already dosed 4 pumps of the Easy Green in there. And if we compare this to the chart, essentially, it's got very, very little. That's not very good light to see this on, but that's not either. Okay. I got to hold it in my hand or something here. There we go. There we go. So yeah, we've got, you know, almost no nitrogen in there, even with 4 pumps, okay? Now this tank over here, I have dosed 8 pumps into, because I saw a deficiency in here. I saw, we're getting yellow leaves in this water lettuce. I just brought that home. What's going on? So I know I'm light on nitrogen. So I thought, all right, well, let's amp this up, okay? So I put in 8 pumps in this one. And you can see here, let me see if I can get it's going to turn more pink. And the more pink it gets, you know, the more nitrogen's in there. So, yeah, you're going, okay, yeah, but does this actually read nitrogen? And the answer is yes, because this right here, this little green puddle, is actual Easy Green, 100% Easy Green. If I dip the top pad in there, whoop, just like that, oh yeah, tons of nitrogen in there, right? Because it's, you know, filled with nitrogen. That's what it is. You know, it's fertilizer. So you can see here that it clearly will test for it. Now, I wonder if it'll test for nitrite. I haven't tried that. Looks like there's a little bit of pink there, but yeah, I've always used the nitrate. So now you know you can calibrate it. So if you always want, in my opinion, in my planted tank, I always want 20 parts per million of nitrogen. So if I'm running under that, I need to add some. So what I recommend you do is you dose your aquarium, you give it an hour, test it. Where are you at? Are you where you want to be? Great, stop. If you're not, add a little bit more, test again an hour later. Let it get through the aquarium. But it's real easy for plants just to strip your nutrients right out. So I need to be feeding heavier than I am, and I'm going to go around and feed again. So yeah, that's just my little tip. That's how you calibrate fertilizer to your tank. How much do I put in? How often? See when you're running out, then you'll know how often you need to put it in. And so that's where I think I've been running wrong. I've been lazy. I haven't been doing any testing, and well, honestly, I haven't been putting in any fertilizer at all, liquid. I'm going to start dosing it in here, and I'm going to start dosing it in the African cichlid one plant or one tank at a time. I'm interested to see the nitrogen in there because I feed decently heavy. So let's roll over there. And I put 8 pumps in this tank. So I put 8 pumps of nitrogen or Easy Green, and I feed decently heavy. But I've got valves. You can see the valves. We've also got water Sprite up here, and so, you know, in theory it could be uptaking everything we're putting in. So here we've got the strip. Let me put it on my hand here. So yeah, the plants are literally consuming, well, to be fair, plants and water changes are consuming virtually all of the poop that's made in here. So I need to be adding more fertilizer. That's kind of where I'm going wrong with this tank. And so what I'm wagering is if I was to dose this tank appropriately for, let's say, 4 weeks, the growth would just absolutely explode. So I'm going to start adding that into my routine, which, you know, you're going, yeah, you got to dose plants. Durr. Yeah, I know, but I hadn't been doing it. I was relying on fish poop, and clearly these fish are not big enough yet to make enough fish poop, so that's not an issue for me. So I got to step in, I got to fix it. So let me put the camera down, let me do some more dosing, and I got to do some feeding. Well, we're creeping up on 7 o'clock, I think, at this point, so, you know, not quite 12 hours, but I've decided to move the filter that was on the 240 onto the goldfish tank, so I'm going to pop it open and fill it with media. It didn't have any media in it yet, so I got to rinse a lot of media, put a lot of media in, and we'll see how it goes. So I fit 10 bags of BioRings in there. There's some more space, but I'm leaving it because I've got cycled media in the sump, and I might transition over to just this, and in that case I won't be needing to put more in here. I'll have extra cycled. So I'm just going with this for now. Got to put the pump head back on, and we'll turn it on and see how it does. Hopefully it's not going to be too powerful for the goldfish. Well, we've got the canister filter. It's online. It doesn't seem to be too powerful. You can see the crinum waving in the wind back there. I do have that green intake right there, but not optimal. But I just am not a fan of sumps underneath my tanks because I like floating food. And yeah, I take that back. It's not sumps I don't like. It's overflow boxes I hate. And you know, just not happy with it. So I think I'm going to delete the sump and just go with the canister eventually. And that way I can feed my omnivore pellet food that I want to feed. That'll be good. And it'll be much quieter in here. There's all these good things. So yeah, I think that's what I've got for today. You know, we did gas line install, not done by any means. 240-gallon tank, drained, sand out, filter broken down. There's still a glass tank I gotta get out of there. That's a 2-person job. And what else? We moved all the sand into other tanks so I can start planting those up. Yeah, that's probably about it. Oh, and I did some, I fed a bunch of stuff and fed all the plants. So taught you guys that too. So we'll see what happens tomorrow, but going to the store, yeah. So thanks for hanging out. No tacos tonight. Weird. Heard something weird outside. No tacos tonight, but I gotta get to work. I gotta edit this video. So Taco Union, we'll see you tomorrow. Is that Taco Union? Taco Union. We'll see you tomorrow.